Hey, what's up, docs? Hey, we're back from the first shakeout tour road trip that we took the RV on in quite a while, and this is something I never do well. I don't finish anything. I'll go on the road, I'll prepare, I'll do all that, and then putting it together, undo it, and get ready to do it again is something I'm not very good at, and Vicky is always on me. But let me share this with you. See, this guy, I don't even know, where is he? Hey, buddy. Hey, come on, come on. Yeah, he doesn't want to leave the van. He doesn't want to leave the Docmobile. So anyway, I'm all over the place, and I don't even know what to tell you. I'm sorry, but you're along for the ride. At least I hope you are. One of the things that I'm really trying to do with the Defender of Caregivers channel is to go out and see the world. I talk about, where is it? This thing, this symbol right here, that heart stands for awareness. The next line is, God, I cannot figure out this camera. There we go. Acceptance. And then the outer band is allowance. Like, we want to be aware of what's going on. We want to accept that some things might need to be changed. And we want to allow others into our world and to help us on our journeys. And that's what I'm on. I'm on a journey here. I am taking the Docmobile out to see people, reaching out again finally, and having fun with it. So on this trip, to try and bring it all home, we met a guy that I'm about to introduce you to here in a minute. And remember how I talk about comparison is the thief of joy, but perspective is the gift of awareness, which is where it all starts. So I'm pretty obsessed with this caregiver message, Defender of Caregivers message, and I do eccentric things as a result of it. So I'm going to show you how going out into the world allowed me to meet another eccentric person who's, I won't call him obsessed because that's probably not a nice word, but he's very into what he does. And, well, let's go meet him. His name's Chuck. See you at the end. All right, so you're not going to believe this. We're on our journey. Ultimately, the goal is Bangor, Maine, and I don't even know where we are right now, but we had to stop because, look at this, talk about bears. And we got Defender of Caregivers bear. We got all these bad boys at Rustic Furniture. The Carpenters, the Woodchuck. Oh, we're in Johnsonville, New York. And just had to stop. This is amazing. So we're on this journey. Vicky's doing fantastic. Look, here he is. I never even got your name.
Chuck.
Chuck, that's
Chuck
appropriate.
Woodchuck, yeah.
Is that really your name?
Yeah, it is.
Oh man, you had no choice but this.
Nah.
You had no choice.
That guy in Connecticut nicknamed me that. Yeah. So.
Well, anyway.
I was destined to be a woodchuck.
I heard you were going to start your.
Yeah.
Look at all those chainsaws. I can't even start a chainsaw, much less do this.
Yeah.
What do you want to show me?
Well, I was gonna do small ones.
All right.
I was gonna carve small ones today. Gotta put on the music though.
All right, well, Chuck's getting set up in the background. I'm going to tell you a quick story about a caregiver distortion called emotional reasoning. When Vicky and I went out on our first trip in the RV, we had a little encounter with a much more experienced camper, and he was a big dude, and Vicky thought he was getting a little aggressive, and she's like about to get me in a fight, you know, like I'm her protector, right? So I'm going to always protect her. Well, the more emotional she got, the more she thought I could protect her. And there's no way I could protect her against this big dude. It was an emotional reasoning. It was a cognitive distortion. So finally I said to the guy, I said, look, is she bothering you? Because if she is, I'll get her out of here right now. But not the saw. I don't think we had the right music. You know, I love people that so let me jump in here, and that was that was a special little moment for me because, you know, even Chuck, you know, my legendary problems or challenges with starting a chainsaw and using one in general. So this was potentially a very intimidating moment in the inevitable comparison that one man applies to another when they meet. And you've heard me say often that comparison is the thief of joy. It was actually, it's attributed to Teddy Roosevelt as being the one that said that, I don't know about first, but the most. And what it really is talking about is how comparison can evoke a powerful sentiment that can be life-changing. The challenge with comparison is that when we compare ourselves to others, we're left with two choices. We either feel inferiority or superiority, and neither of them is truly objective or emotionally healthy for a human being. I mean, you're left with whatever impression you choose. So I try and talk about how perspective is what we gain when we avoid comparison. And perspective is a chosen perspective. You know, you choose your attitude, so to speak. And what I tried to choose here is that instead of a lot of times I and other people will sit here and I'll meet another man, we're about the same age, we're even wearing black shirts, and you know, immediately it's like, oh man, Chuck's got a deeper voice than me, and his arms are more toned, and he says he can even sing. You know, I'd be stuck in comparison, and because of the human nature of that, I would pale. Or I would say, oh man, here's a guy who's, you know, stuck on the side of the road playing with a chainsaw all day, and I'm living this other life. And the reality is neither one of those is better than the other. We're doing our thing. So what I was amazed at as I watched Chuck work here was that there was no great secret to what he's doing. He was jumping all over that thing. It was in his brain. He was just flowing, as they say, and enjoying the process. So if we're going to take something away, let's just try and enjoy the process, no matter how difficult it may be. I took a little self-satisfaction out of him struggling to start that chainsaw, but he got it and he kept going. And so we were running out of daylight, I was running out of battery, and I was losing my hearing. So we had to wrap this up and say goodbye to Chuck. So there you go.
It helps with that branch that's stuck out there.
You see that in the stump before you get started?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let that go for a few more minutes. We gotta get going before we lose our daylight
All right.
for this ride. It's like a 3
Where are you going?
It's some special scenic trail, and the trail
Oh, that's
itself
right.
takes like
Yeah.
3 hours.
I have a friend way up on the top up there. She, her name's Timbertina. She's been on numerous TV shows,
Yeah.
and she's got a lumberjack show up there in Bar Harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a good friend. Timbertina. They're way up in Bar Harbor.
Yeah, that's where we're heading.
Look for
Eventually.
the Great Northeast Lumberjack Show.
Okay.
The Great Northeast Lumberjack Show. Timbertina, I'm telling you. You think I'm a character? She's a character.
So I guess we finally got our answer to the age-old question or riddle of how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I think the answer is a lot. I mean, Chuck likes chucking wood, and he's pretty eccentric. He's got bears all over the place, but he doesn't think he's that big a deal. He said, if you think I'm a character, check out Tempertina. She's a character. I have people tease me about having a van like this with a bear on the side of it. I only got one bear on each side of the van. But Chuck says, if you think I'm a character, check out Tempertina. She's really a character. I don't know, Chuck. You got a lot of wood on the side of the road, a lot of bears, and but what works for Chuck, what works for Chuck and might not work for you or me as a perspective is that people stop and check out what Chuck's doing. A lot of times when we're so, preoccupied with being a caregiver, people aren't checking on us, and we're not going out and meeting them. So let's try this on for size. Let me see if I can get this right. How much good would a caregiver give if a caregiver would give as they should? Remember how we said should statements are a distortion? And it's like beating yourself up. I should do this, I should do that. It's a shouldy attitude. So instead of ending with how we should, kind of a negative judgment word where you just can't win, because if you do what you should, hey, you just did what you should. And if you don't do what you should, you got to feel guilty. We don't need more obligation in our life. So let's talk about possibility and let's try and change that. Like, how about this? How much good could a caregiver give if a caregiver would give only as they could? There are some things you can and cannot do. And so let's get should out of the equation. Let's finish on a possibility like could. Could is a strongly positive word. But I hope you get my point here. I think about caregiver issues all the time, everywhere I go, whether I'm doing comedy or whether I'm working in healthcare in front of a group of people. This is my passion. You're my passion. I hope you take care of yourself. Honor yourself as you care for others. And if you like this, share it with others. Subscribe. Help this channel grow so that we can, bring you into the digital world and help you learn how to care for yourself. So this is me saying goodbye. Thank you for caring. Bye.